Number 15. Bathtub full of noodles. Some might call the posting that appeared in the Pittsburgh's Craigslist insane, but after reading this Craigslist ad, everyone can probably agree that something extremely weird and mysterious went down in 2009 on the north side of the city. Let's just put it out there. The mysterious Craigslist ad requested that a woman in a one-piece bathing suit sit in a bathtub full of noodles. You heard that right, a woman bathing in a noodle-filled bathtub. Why? The poster never clarified, but he did make it clear that the noodles would get eaten. The mystery man claimed he wouldn't be home, and neither would any other creepo whenever the bathing suit-clad visitor planned to lounge around in the slimy bathtub. In fact, the poster said he'd arranged for a key to be left somewhere for whichever lucky lady he chose to complete the mission. Sit at your leisure, he posted. I will require at least a 5-minute stay. How would he know that the chosen sitter had come by and splashed around in his noodles? Why, a friendly neighbor had offered to peer through the blinds across the street in a totally non-sketchy way, timing the sitter with a stopwatch that had been supplied by the totally non-sketchy host. The poster's only requests: please supply your own footwear. The noodles will be cooked and therefore slippery. Do not bring any sauce. I will season the pasta after I return home prior to dinner. Seems like a lot of work for some lady-flavored pasta. And what does the lucky lady get in return? One whole US dollar. Don't spend it all in one place. Number 14. The locking stalks and the pole. Got a witch you need imprisoned in the town square? The ad poses. Perhaps the village idiot has crossed one too many lines, or some street rat has taken bread. Then look below and no further, as I have a set of working and locking stalks, custom made by burly, God-fearing hands that expect old Protestant justice. The ad's photos include a shot of the locking stalks, which appear just how you might imagine them: a large head hole in the middle, bookended by 2 wrist holes for proper old-school humiliation. For the price of $150 or best offer, according to the ad, you'll receive punishment value you can't shake a stick at, and if you did, it would be to flog the intended victim. But wait, there's more. This locking stock is only the first in a set of items constructed by the same burly, God-fearing hands. Item number 2, a portable dancing pole. The 8-foot pole comes with a 4x4 base with sandbags to keep it steady. Only $100 or best offer. As the ad notes, the poster suggests you buy them as a set. Number 13. A human soul. Well, some people grow bitter when life's handed them lemons. Others grow creative. One of these creatives has offered a Black Friday special in the form of a human soul. Every year on Black Friday, people go wild trying to find the best deals for Christmas. The poster of this ad decides to skip the lines and go another way. I am interested in selling my soul or trading it to someone that could help me acquire holiday gifts for myself and family. The now soulless individual mentions that she is short on cash and will verify the exchange with a contract and a certificate of authenticity. The poster suggests that the buyer could trade in her soul for fame or riches without using their own, although I'm not sure why the seller didn't just do that in the first place. The seller even assumes her soul is so worthless that it could be re-gifted or used as a doormat. What is the going rate for a soul these days? I will trade for household items and electronics, car or truck, gas mopeds, etc. You get the idea. Although this Black Friday special is kind of dark, the buyer is sure to receive a pretty stellar and polite soul, as the seller completes the ad by spreading some holiday cheer. Thank you and have a great holiday season. Number 12. Bellybutton lint. Perhaps one of the strangest, most unexplainable, and dry heave-inducing items on this mystery Craigslist countdown is one that came out of Baltimore. This Maryland man offered up a so-called collection of Bellybutton lint. Not only did he place an ad for this disgustingly awful collection on Craigslist, along with this wonderfully charming picture to accompany it, but he only offered the collection for trade. What did he want in return? We'll trade for muscle car, Harley, gold coins, work also, or make cash offer. Oh yeah, he wouldn't also mind a motorcycle. The poster requests no lowballing, only willing to split if you don't have what I'm looking for. You're not going to cheat this man out of his Bellybutton lint collection. He knows its value. Number 11. The unfinished house. Well, most people wouldn't race on over to Craigslist to find a roommate or a home to rent, it's clear that there are some missed opportunities for those who pass it by. For instance, this beautiful mystery of an unfinished home, which is on the Craigslist market for the low price of $600 per month. Not buying, renting a home in the middle of its remodeling. You can stay in the garage room for the totally acceptable price of $500. Although the poster admits that the garage was made for parking cars, he also suggests that the low-cost big area would be great to live in. So if you've always dreamed of dreaming amongst toolboxes and musty cardboard boxes full of stuff you never threw away, look no further, and don't pay any attention to the posted pics. The place is not a complete disaster zone. According to the poster, some things are almost done. However, if you're a chef, you might want to skip the open house because there's no kitchen present. If you're a super creative who can cook without an oven, you're welcome to store foods in the garage fridge. The living room is where the real party's at. Sit back on the conveniently placed toilet in the middle of your bathroom-friendly living area, and while your toilet is in the living room, don't bother to look for a shower in the bathroom. There's a huge hole where the shower should be. The best is yet to come. You'll be sharing this stunning unfinished pad with 5 other people. Just think. You and your fellow potential gutter rat roommates could be chilling in the pool area right now, or better yet, everyone should gather in the bathroom, which you'll all be sharing. Number 10. Dictation for the insane. One mystery Craigslist ad had a writer searching for some inspiration in the strangest of places. When an old woman requested a typist, the elderly woman lived alone on a ranch after her husband had passed. A ranch that she turned into a cat sanctuary with more than 100 felines grazing through the fields. Not only did the old woman want a typist, she wanted someone who could haul 50-pound cat food bags around the farm to barrel feeders she'd installed. The typist part of it came into play whenever she'd have a spontaneous conversation with her husband's spirit. The old lady wanted to make these conversations into a book and call it Conversations with Jack. Why did she want this wonderfully strange and strangely wonderful book written? According to one prospective typist, she had run out of money since spending it all on cat food. This meant that the old woman couldn't pay the typist until the book was published, if it was published at all. The woman who'd applied said, "I actually decided I wanted the job because it was so insane that I could write my own book/blog about the experience. Unfortunately, I was passed over in favor of someone with an English degree and 10 years of professional typist experience." Wow. Who would think more than one person applied for this job? Number 9. African Judgment Chair. All of the mystical elements from West and Central African tribes spice up this mysterious ad posted on Craigslist. A seller uploaded this African Judgment Chair, which was used in African tribes during criminal trials, as a number of cultures have believed confessions or truth can be elicited through these devices. With chains and shackles and spikes and cuffs, some tribes believed the chairs held the innate power to get the truth out of would-be criminals. The chairs were intricately decorated, and some tribes had distinctly separate judgment chairs per gender. The chairs themselves were often carved of spirits from the afterlife, both men and women. When a person stood trial for something, they were sat in the judgment chair. So that macabre feeling you're getting looking at this Craigslist ad, well, that's absolutely called for, as someone, and maybe many someones, has had bad things happen to them in these chairs. Reddit users, however, not familiar with the dark arts, found the African Judgment Chair posted on Craigslist a bit unimpressive. One user, Joe Camel, said, "That's awesome. Not $3,500 awesome though." Another user confessed, "Late at night, I feel all my chairs are judging me." This one most certainly is. Number 8. Popad extravaganza. Once you've seen one Popad, you've seen them all. That's probably why this sad little business had to close up shop and throw all of its hats into the ring. 1,325 Popads to be exact. Because of this terrible economy, I'm having to shut down my business, the poster wrote. I have over 1,300 Popads, replicas, that I really need to get rid of. He goes on to list the incredible selling points of these Popad duplicates. 1. They were made in China. 2. They're slightly too small for an adult head. 3. They irritate the skin. 4. You have to wear another small hat beneath them. so as not to get a rash, just like the real Pope, the ad claims. 5. Dogs tend to hate wearing them. Although the poster does suggest that a nice dog or a large cat might be a sport about it, he also shares his first-hand experience dressing his own dogs. My dogs always hate being dressed up. Like for Halloween, when we tried to dress them up like Batman, they became very, very agitated and bit a neighbor's kid. Don't worry though, the poster's dogs won't attack you if you come and pick up the entire lot of Popads. They'll be locked away so as not to lead into temptation. Aside from the terrible economy, there must be some other reason the poster is trying to get rid of all of these blessed hats, right? I mean, you'd have to be crazy not to want 1,325 Popads lying around for good luck. In fact, there is another reason. The man's wife. My wife is a devout, and she finds the presence of all of these Popats all over the house to be blasphemous. I have Popats in every closet, Popats under the sink, Popats full of other Popats. She has started lighting candles all over the house for my soul, but these Popats are extremely flammable, so it's a problem in my house. The poster claims his asking price is 10 times less than what he paid for them, but he is optimistic that whoever buys the replicas will get their money's worth. I still think there is a market for them, maybe when the economy turns around. He writes, advising buyers to bring 2 to 3 strong friends to help haul the load. Buyer beware, one of the hats is burnt and 3 of them have dog bites, otherwise they're pristine as the Vatican. Number 7. Imaginary friend. If you're searching for an imaginary friend, then look no further. Craigslist has got you covered. Bigfoot posted an ad on Craigslist looking for friends. After reading the ad, you'll find that the mystery is how in the world he hasn't found any yet. According to Bigfoot, he's striking out with the ladies at the bar lately, and it's plain to see why. You'll hear his approach, see a piece of whistle bait, he writes, and Bigfoot make move. Me pretty smooth, go to jukebox, put on Whitesnake, not along to, here I go again on me own, check fly, check mouth stink, order 2 white Russians and saunter over. I say, hello, this seat take? Most time lady just run, scream, sometime pepper spray. The imaginary friend's personal ad is even more seductive than he is. Location, next to cranberry bush and stump. Education, Devery. Looking for, hot she-foot. Occupation, forest gentleman. Favorite activities include jazzercise, t-ball, taxidermy, running from cameras, filth, hoarding, chilling, crying self to sleep. The monster's height is listed as 7'1", while his weight just reads lots. He only wants a small litter of children, and lists his relationship status as sad and lonely. Although this type of reaction may turn you off from just such an imaginary friend, remember that Bigfoot is really and truly an easygoing guy. Another puts, he claims to give good back rubs that may crack a rib on occasion, and although he smells like compost, it's like a beautiful fall musk that's reminiscent of pumpkin pie. Are you afraid of catching something from your imaginary friend? Don't worry. The family of voles in his armpits keeps him clean. Honestly, if you're looking for an imaginary friend, you're not going to find a more interesting match than Bigfoot. Number 6. Ceramic Bald Lionel Richie. Ever browse the wanted ads on Craigslist? They're almost as diabolical as the for sale ads. Take for instance, this very strange, very specific request from one poster who is searching high and low for a replica of the bust made in the Lionel Richie Hello video. Thankfully, the poster does mention why exactly he's making this strange request. The bald head of Lionel Richie will serve as a dip holder at parties. The poster intends to revitalize Lionel's lovable afro mullet with cream cheese dip. Of course, the dip head would become the talk of the town, and this creative person would become the life of the party, at least in his dreams. He admits that he doesn't have many parties, but also notes, if I had this, I might start. The poster has more detailed requests to add to this strange ad. I'd like it to be maybe about a foot tall. It really has to look like that bust, which oddly enough doesn't look like Lionel Richie at all. Or it won't be worth it. He requests that it's the same tint of orangish brown matte finish as it appears in the video, but also safe to eat off of. He also offers a trade on his end. He can help you out with your computer viruses. Number 5. bread and other things. A mystery shopper left a shopping bag at a farmer's market table. Inside, a loaf of organic multigrain whole wheat bread and a 36 value pack of Trojans. The poster mentions that the receipt both shocked and delighted her, as she didn't realize Trojans were so pricey. She stated she was shocked because, although these look like really good ones, they set you back almost 40 bucks. Delighted because if no one claims them, I'm exchanging them for 4 tubes of Maybelline Great Lash mascaras and some sunscreen. Here's hoping that no one claims them. Although the poster acknowledges that neither she nor her employees noticed who'd left the bag, she did have some ideas about who the mystery man might be. Male, born in the 90s or 2000s, optimistic yet cautious, health conscious yet carb loving, maybe a long distance runner who would make sense in the stamina department as well, or maybe you are in a band. The mystery of this bag was never solved. Number 4. The couch. I know there are plenty of couches on Craigslist, but believe me, none of them have this couch's pedigree. Entitled, "Be the couch you want to sit on in the world," one Craigslist ad puts forth an epic CV for its unbelievably accomplished couch. You're going to want to sit down for this one. The couch began its life of selfless service, community building, life coaching, and spiritual leadership with an ambition to achieve the utmost in the world, and it did just that. Some of its more well-known accomplishments listed are Sitting Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations, TED Conference Sitting Chair, and Executive Director of Sitting for the World Economic Forum, or DAVOS. But that's not all this mysteriously profound couch has accomplished. It's also served under Roosevelt's Rough Riders, as a SpaceX pilot seating consultant, and as the practice couch for Tom Cruise's Oprah appearance. If you don't know whether this extraordinary couch will work in your living space, the poster lists version 2.1 as compatible with people of all sitting styles, cats, both basic and advanced, children, although this requires an application, and even dogs. A patent is pending. Personally, I think this couch is lying on its CV. Looks just like the ratty old Central Park couch from Friends to me. Number 3. Giant Ugg boot. It's not so much that this thing on Craigslist that's a mystery, it's more the ad's advice about what you can do with a giant Ugg that has some scratching their heads. The poster calls on all fashionistas to kick all the basics in the face with fashion. The ad states that this giant Ugg-style boot is robustly built and can handle more pumpkin spice-induced diabetes than the fine folks at Liberty Medical, and Wilford Brimley himself will know what to do with. That's a lot to live up to for a boot. But according to the poster, even with such big shoes to fill, this boot won't lose its kick. This boot was made for walking. But not only that, it is made of many other things too. The giant Ugg is incredibly versatile. Just open wide your imagination and, as the ad suggests, you'll find this multifaceted boot can serve as a basic cat house, a lamp, get really creative and mount it on your roof as a beacon to show your home is a sanctuary for all those who love pink. To answer the myriad of questions about where this poster purchased the great Ugg, the seller responds, "Hey, that's none of your business, is it?" The seller warns that if someone doesn't come to pick up the boot soon, I will burn it, and a black North Face fleece in a ritual to summon the Dark Prince, aka a guy named Chad who cheats on you all the time. No one wants cheating Chad to rain down upon us, so someone had better go fetch this giant Ugg before the Dark Prince comes. Number 2. Chucky's sister. Have you ever watched Child's Play and wish you had your very own Chucky doll? Well, now here's your chance. Chucky's sister doll is selling on Craigslist, Oklahoma for just $1 in a terrifying ad that will make your skin crawl. The seller claims that the doll moves and laughs on its own. Our dog won't stop barking at it, and we never find it where we left it. The ad reads, "Doll has a really cute laugh, no batteries." Don't know about you, but I'd find any non-battery operated laughter from an inanimate object to be sinister, not really cute. The menacing doll looks like it walked right off the set of a horror flick. Pale grayish skin, strange eyes, a mess of white blonde hair, wearing a black frilly dress while holding one flower in its hand. Believe it or not, the owner admits our daughter doesn't want it anymore. The ad found its way to Reddit and Imgur, where users simplified their terror in a string of nopes. Other users noted that there were dozens of similar looking dolls on eBay, with haunted backstories and the like. Some were selling for upwards of $5,000. Often the higher end haunted dolls were collector's items. Instead of emptying your bank account over a haunted doll, simply answer the Craigslist ad, and you'll soon be the happy owner of your very own haunted doll for the low price of $1. Act now. This horrifying possessed doll is going fast. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT with underscores instead of spaces. I also have a Twitter at YT_chills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions. If you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, then hit that subscribe button because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Number 1. Generic father figure. A recent Craigslist ad was shrouded in mystery until it went viral and the truth was uncovered. The ad requested a generic father for a backyard barbecue. While the ad itself was hilarious, the reason it was created was a mystery. That is, until the media got a hold of it. Some of the requirements of this generic father included grilling hamburgers and hot dogs whilst drinking, bringing your own grill, referring to attendees as big guy, chief, sport, champ, etc. whilst drinking, talk about dad things like lawnmowers, building your own deck, Jimmy Buffett, etc. Funny anecdotes are highly encouraged, all whilst drinking. The barbecue was to be thrown on June 17th of this year. The group, known as The Boys, turned out to be a friend group in their early to mid-20s, with a preference for generic dads with the names Bill, Randy, or Dave. An investigation into the viral ad led news outlets to report that the group had received over 100 contacts about the ad, with one Montean dad offering an entire cow's worth of beef and 5 kegs. In fact, the ad even garnered attention from international dads, with an applicant from Germany throwing his hat in the ring. But this was all for naught, as The Boys said their dream dad, Bill Murray, was the only generic dad they'd accept flipping their burgers. Even our own dads will not be the perfect barbecue dad, because that's Bill Murray, one of The Boys admitted. Here's hoping Murray came out to grill. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy!